It is Monday, May 30th in the MLB, and I'm Austin from Calling Our Shot.
And I'm Logan from Calling Our Shot.
And we are back with our best bets. We got our favorite team total. We got 2 player props, and we have a 4th no-run first inning. But look, today's not about baseball. We first have to say Happy Memorial Day for all the fallen soldiers out there in the United States and all around the world. That's what today's about. It's not really about baseball, but baseball happens to be played, so we're going to obviously give out our favorite picks, but we just wanted to say that first and foremost, Happy Memorial Day. But, of course, if you are new to the Calling Our Shot channel, hit that subscribe button, click that like button. Let's do a recap of yesterday, even though that's a somber note. It was a 2-1 day. We obviously had the Astros first 5. They only needed 1 run, but that's all they gave it to us. We didn't need any more. And 1-0, they won that first 5, 1-0. Devers and Martinez keep coming through. And then Mets versus Phillies, no run first inning. NRFI Nation, we will be back today. You can mark my words. Wheeler, not allowed a first inning run in his last 22 starts. Naturally, he gives one up, but not much we can do about that. A reminder, our Odds Jam Parlay is back, so it's officially already live by the time this video is going live. Top link in the description. We hit 3 of our last 4 parlays. Hopefully we can make that 4 of 5. Go check it out. And a final note, shout out to all our COS All-Stars out there. You guys are the real MVPs. Thank you guys all so much for supporting the channels, getting our plays early. And that includes our NBA plays, which NBA, we won't have another video till Wednesday night. Shout out Kyle Lowry for his casher last night. Our newest one, we got Hassan Osman returning back to the COS crew. We appreciate you. Logan, we're wearing the same shirts. People that have been watching this segment for the last couple days probably understand why, but let's hand out some winners.
Yeah, let's start with a team total over winner, right? We're going to the Guardians-Royals game, and I'm taking the Guardians team total over 4.5 total runs. Currently -125 on BetMGM. Look, this line's also 5 on some books, but I'm gonna roll with the 4.5. I like it. It's not extremely juiced on BetMGM, but if it is 5 on your book, maybe I'll play it and consider the tie potential, because I could see them landing right on 5. It's happened way too many times, but I was surprised when I first was looking at the lines and everything this morning. I was surprised to see, first of all, the full game total in this one's high. It was like 9. 9 last night. It rose to 9.5. So they're expecting a lot of runs in this game for a team, especially in the Guardians, that just put up 1 run yesterday. I mean, that's atrocious, right? And then today they're supposed to bounce back for 5, right? Last time I took a team total over that or under that I thought was too high, I was wrong. The White Sox scored 7 runs on me, and I was like, that's why they set it high. I think a similar scenario is happening here. I think the odds makers are like, there's a lot of run potentials, and you'll see why in a second, right? The Guardians are facing Heasley today, coming in with a 4.73 ERA. Now, that doesn't seem like a 7 or 8 or 12 ERA, right? It's not sky high, but there's hidden stats, right? I always tell you guys, ERA isn't everything. How about whip? Walks, hits per inning pitched. Heasley's road whip, 2.16. That's extremely high. That means he's allowing 2 walks and hits per inning pitched. There should be a lot of base runners, when he is pitching. There should be a lot of what they call high stress innings in baseball, where he's got a runner in scoring position potentially. And I think the Guardians should be able to capitalize on that first of all. Now, if you're looking at the Guardians as an offense, their production's dipped. They started out scorching, in the first half of the season or first month of the season, but then they've been really on the decline. So if you pull their offensive stats, you're going to be like, really, 5 runs out of this team? Yeah, well, you know what they are good in at? They're good in not striking out. They're 3rd best in the MLB on that. So it just furthers my point that they should be working Heasley today as far as good plate discipline. That's what I'm requiring from you today, Guardians. They're only batting 246 at home. Again, you're looking at this and you're like, man, there's some compelling evidence for the under in this one. Look, they don't set these totals high, just arbitrarily, right? They set it high for a reason. And also the last point, and I think it's the strongest point, there's going to be a lot of run opportunities late. Heasley should give up. I'm expecting maybe 3-4 runs. That would be great. But the Kansas City bullpen is 3rd worst in bullpen ERA. Let me tell you, from somebody that's watched a few Royals games, late, they have a lot of bullpen arms that just come in and throw meatballs, and that's what we need today to cash this team total over. I feel really good about it. The Guardians ballpark, also when they play at home, sometimes a launch pad for home runs. You don't take an under at a Guardians home game. It's something I've made a mistake last year doing, and I won't do it again. So I'm taking the over 4.5 total runs in this one. But Austin, let's hear your player prop for the day.
We got 2 of them coming your guys' way, and we're going to start with a guy, not the tallest guy in the MLB. Far from that. His name's Jose Altuve. I'm taking his over 1.5 bases of the Houston Astros, plus 120 on DraftKings. If If you go on to FanDuel, you'll see a big discrepancy. They're like at -105, but every other book's like +110, +120. That's why I say it's important to probably not play a lot of hitter props on FanDuel. But either way, we're on DraftKings here. Now he's going up against Paul Blackburn and the Athletics. Now, Blackburn, honestly, pretty solid pitcher. We've backed him before on the no-run first inning, and I believe he helped us out. But Altuve still batting .571 versus him, so very good splits. Obviously, doesn't have like 100 plate appearances, but they believe he's like 4 for 7 against Blackburn with a bunch of singles. And we look at Blackburn's props, because I was looking at all of them this morning. He's at 5.5 hits allowed, which is pretty high for him. He hasn't really gotten close to that in a lot of his starts. And it's only at 3.5 strikeouts. A guy that they're not projecting to strike out a lot of guys. And I think Altuve, if he's putting the ball in play, he can get on base pretty easily. Now, the Astros team total, 4.5, just like that Guardians one. This team has not even sniffed this over-under. I mean, they've been really struggled in that Mariners series. And it wasn't just, the Astros as a whole. It was Altuve who's really struggling. He's like the lifeblood of this Astros offense. But he's been very good career-wise against Athletics, batting .326 versus them, which coincidentally is my birthday. So that's a little bit of good luck. But we look at Altuve. It says he has gone under in 4 straight games. So it's not the great. You're trying to bank on a guy that's going to bounce back. And I think that's what he's going to do today. He was over in 9 of his last 11 games prior to that. So technically 9 of his last 15 he's gone over. Now, Altuve this season, he started off pretty slow. He's batting .279 on the year. He's up that in May to what he normally hits, which is .323 is a great average, but he's normally in those 300s. He's a very good hitter. And Altuve, just like I said, he's been crushed in the Athletics. Over in 16 of his last 24 games against them. Absolutely crushes his team. They're on the road against the Athletics. I think he gets it done. Jose Altuve, over 1.5 bases, +120. Let's ride with him. Now, if you thought I wasn't going to take it, you're a fool. Of course, we're going Rafael Devers and JD Martinez, both to get a hit. Same game parlay, -150 on DraftKings or on FanDuel. Now, you saw us yesterday. We added in that Red Sox +5.5, and I should have done -5.5 as they blew them out 12-1. But I still have faith in these two guys today. They've obviously been crushing it for us. We're 4-0 on this hit parlay. And if you want to take their money line, maybe add Red Sox money line in there, it does bring it to like +130. I'm just really scared of Rich Hill. I do not trust that man whatsoever. So I'm just going to kind of avoid. This is really, I don't want to make this bet about the Red Sox performance necessarily as a team. I just want these two guys to go out there and get us a hit. I'll take the juice. I'll drink it every single day. Devers hitting .345 on the year, .387 in May. JD Martinez, .379 on the year, .434 in May. Each day I just have to keep up in this number. But Devers has a hit in 22 of his last 25. Martinez, 24 of his last 25. And they're going up against Tyler Wells. Not necessarily the best, not the worst pitcher. The over-under's 10. So they're really expecting a lot of runs. I think this is the final game of 5 against the Orioles. We've been riding it in all previous 4. Well, I guess 3 of 4 since we didn't ride it in the doubleheader. We're riding with it again. I'm riding with those two guys, JD Martinez and Rafael Devers, both to get a hit. And I might honestly have to get a shirt or jersey or something for them. I'm a Yankees fan by heart, but these guys are making us a ton of money. They're in the COS Hall of Fame almost. So, Logan, it's time. It is time for NRFI Nation, and I shouldn't put an exclamation point behind that because it has not been a good run. And you know what? Out with the old. We don't want that one anymore. We have a new one. I'm bringing in a new NRFI flag. But I have some fun stats. So for yesterday, Zach Wheeler obviously hadn't allowed a first inning run in a hot minute. You want to know who also his birthday is today? Zach Wheeler. Happy birthday, man. Thanks for nothing. Thanks for nothing. We needed 3 outs. And I can't necessarily blame him completely because, it was a large in part his second baseman, I believe, that kind of got an error. And we could have had 2 outs and a runner on first. And instead we had no outs and basically bases loaded and a run in. So you hate to see that. But I'm really struggling to put together this NRFI flag. So maybe it's good vibes. NRFI flag's really struggling. I'll put it together after the video. But what I do need, I need 3 red. I need these rally caps on. We got 3 of them, red, white, and blue for Memorial Day. We are festive. Logan's got a rally cap. I don't know how this loses. I don't. And I'm going to keep wearing the Octavus shirt. I even recruited Logan to wear it. Today we are going with 1. Deep breath, everyone. Everyone's waiting because they want to bet their Yurfie. They're going to the FanDuel. They're loading up FanDuel. They're ready to bet yes run first inning in this one. We're going Rays. Rangers. No run first inning. -120 on FanDuel. Mr. Glenn Otto. I love you, man. We need 3 outs. 4.91 ERA. He hasn't necessarily been the best. But look, I think he gets it done. His last 3 starts, 1, 2, and 8 earned runs. So, look, I don't love the 8. No one wakes up and says, I love the 8. But I think there's value on this one. And I hate having that one. Once I say value, you already get the keyboard warriors going down to look for better ones. There really aren't a lot of good no-run first innings on the slate, honestly. But I really like this one. Otto, if you look at the line reading for this one, it's pretty juiced on the under. Otto's been a guy that's allowed a couple of Yurfies pretty much this season. So it's really weird to see this one pretty juiced on the under, -120 on FanDuel. So we really like this one. Tampa has struggled to score in the first inning of the last 3 games against the Yankees, and they're on the road where they historically are, well, at least historically this season, have been very bad on the road in terms of getting up runs early on. Their hitters have weird splits, home versus road. Like they're on the road in this one. Otto, I need 3 outs. What about the other guy, Logan?
Yeah, it's scheduled to be Rasmussen, 2.68 ERA on the year. So, I mean, pretty solid. I like Rasmussen better than Otto, if I'm being honest. Last 3 starts for Rasmussen, 3-0 and 1 earned runs in each of those last 3. So this is compelling evidence, right? You know, these pitchers, you can only go on what they've done recently. And I mean, he did give up 3 earned runs in his most recent start, but he's a strikeout specialist. He has those put away pitches that is hard the first time through the order, right? It was fluky what happened to Wheeler yesterday, but Rasmussen, 7 Ks in two out of the last 3 starts. He's really solid. He should be able to put those Rangers away. And okay, you know what? I said the stat yesterday, and I knocked wood, but clearly the Yerfie Nation didn't care, right? So Rasmussen, I'm gonna say it, and you do whatever you want with this information. Rasmussen 9-0 to the no-run first inning. He has yet to allow a first inning run in his 9 starts this year. That's the biggest jinx you could possibly say, and it wasn't necessarily Zach Wheeler's fault. You know, that we had a really terrible infield decision by Camargo, but you know what? That is what it is. As you guys might have saw, I have a ton of backup NRFI flags. Like the one we've been using has been terrible luck. So you know what? I put together a new one, and we're riding with a new streak. We're gonna wave the flags today. I mean, if you want to look at the slate and look at potentially other ones, I don't hate the Padres Cardinals one. I want to mention that because I just don't. The Padres are trash to me. They always will be. The Cardinals are a bit of a tryhard in the first inning. So if you can somehow navigate Nick Martinez can navigate those 3 outs, that one might be a solid play. But Austin, I like this one. You know,
I like this one a lot, and I like it. I'm pretty confident in this one. I mean, we've been confident in the last one. We got ruined by a guy's first career home run 2 days ago. We got ruined by obviously that error in that last one where the Mets didn't score for another run until the 9th inning or something like that. Thanks for that. So I really like this one. I think we got a good chance. We're gonna wave these flags. We're gonna take off this rally cap. We're gonna take off the octopus shirt. We're gonna come back and we're gonna be flying those flags in tomorrow's video. You can book that, take it to the bank. It's worth noting we have lost 8 of our last 9 no-run first innings. But you know what? A new streak. We're winning 8 of our next 9. Book it. It's been Austin. It's been Logan. Those are our 4 plays of the day. Let's get after it. We'll see you in the next one.